In 2001, at the age of 6, my life took a direction that would define everything that followed. Along with my second elder brother, I left the familiarity of our village to begin school. I did not fully understand what school meant at that time. I only knew it required leaving behind the rhythms I had known since birth. My parents constructed a small bamboo shelter near the community primary school. It stood as a fragile structure against wind and rain, woven together with hope more than strength. There was no electricity, no running water, and no protection from the elements beyond what bamboo and plastic sheets could provide. Yet for us, it was not a symbol of poverty. It was a symbol of transition. Inside that shelter, life changed form but not difficulty. We learned to cook rice over open fires, adjusting flames with stones and sticks. We fetched water from nearby sources and carried it in containers that were often heavier than we were. We washed clothes by hand in cold water that numbed our fingers during winter. We lived without adult supervision during school terms, surrounded by other children from similar backgrounds. In many ways, we became both students and caretakers of ourselves. Our parents visited once a week. Those visits were brief but meaningful. They brought essentials such as rice, salt, dried chilies, and sometimes small treats that felt like treasures. But more than physical items, they brought reassurance. My father would often speak quietly before leaving. He was not a man of formal education, but he possessed a deep belief in its value. "Study well," he would say. "Knowledge will carry you further than cattle or crops ever can." At the time, I did not fully grasp the meaning behind his words. I only understood that they were spoken with conviction. Over time, those words became something I carried internally, especially during moments of difficulty. School life, however, was not easy. It was not only a place of learning, but also a place of adjustment and comparison. Children from different backgrounds came together, and differences became visible quickly. Some students arrived with complete uniforms, school bags filled with supplies, and regular visits from their families. Others, like me, arrived with only the bare minimum. Bullying existed in subtle and overt forms. Sometimes it was spoken through words, other times expressed through exclusion. At times, essential items would disappear from our shelter, and we would quietly accept the loss because confrontation rarely led to resolution. Loneliness became a frequent companion, especially during evenings when the day's activities ended and silence filled the space. Homesickness was another constant struggle. There were nights when I lay awake thinking about my family, wondering what they were doing and whether they thought about me. I often questioned whether the sacrifice was worth it. But even in those moments of doubt, something inside me refused to give up. Perhaps it was the belief my parents carried. Perhaps it was necessity. Or perhaps it was the simple human instinct to keep going when turning back was not an option. By 2007, I completed Class 6 and prepared for another transition. The next school was far away, requiring nearly 2 days of walking through mountainous terrain. The journey itself became a test of endurance and determination. We crossed rivers, climbed steep slopes, and navigated paths that were often unclear or dangerous. Sometimes we slept under trees when no shelter was available. At other times, kind villagers allowed us to stay in their homes for the night,